Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Global Education Virtual Expo webinar today. We're really excited to introduce a fantastic opportunity to you all to listen to two key people within this organization. It is the Business and Hotel Management School in Switzerland. I absolutely love what they do in terms of thinking outside the box. And for this webinar, I recommend don't just thinking about hospitality. Think about everything. Think about your journey and where you would like to study as well. I think you might actually find something useful in this webinar as well. As always, we will give it a couple of minutes for people to sign on. In the chat box and the Q&A is where we ask you to put all your questions. Please don't be shy. Ask as much as you can in this webinar. And as always, be proactive now in this time and during this pandemic as well. So in that chord, I'd like to introduce the two people that we will be presenting to you today. We've got Mr. Giovanni Rebai, who's the Senior International Sales and Marketing Manager. And we've got Onja Andrianarison, who's the Media Coordinator and the Head of Africa Regional Manager as well here with us. So two key assets that you'll be able to listen to. And I'll hand over to them shortly in a couple of seconds, yeah. We did have quite a large sign up for this webinar, so we'll give it a couple of minutes for people to sign in, guys, and then we'll get going.
Thank you, George.
It's that awkward silence part in the middle. We do know that there are some load sheddings in some parts of Johannesburg and in Durban as well. So please, these will be recorded and we will be sharing them directly to those that did sign up for this information. So please don't worry. And we do understand how connectivity works as well in the region as well. So please don't worry, we will come back to you, and you can always reach out to Global Education. We'll get you in touch with B.H.M.S as well. Okay. Giovanni and Onja, I'm going to hand over to you to start, and we'll just let people sign in as they come in.
Thanks a lot. So Onja, you want to first maybe say a few words? Go ahead. Onja is freeze, okay. so hello everybody. As Mr. George has told you, do not worry if you were not getting the chance to listen maybe the whole presentation. You will get it later on back to your email, and then you can listen carefully our presentation. I'm trying to be as not as fast as possible, but not to spend too much time on talking, because I rather prefer that you talking with us and you share your question, what you're looking for, your dreams, actually, because it's also true. Living a country, beautiful country like South Africa, and then arriving one day in Switzerland, this is not for everybody. So it's a lot of effort behind. It's a family who's taking care of the students to come to Switzerland, and we are there to taking care of you. All right, B.H.M.S stands for Business Hospitality Management Institution. We are located in Switzerland. As you may know, Switzerland, we are a three-spoken language, German, French, and Italian. And the region where we are right in the center of the country, which is called Zentralschweiz, is a central of Switzerland, and we do speak German. But do not worry, all the classes, when you are with your friends and in class and outside the classes, we speak English, definitely. Don't have to worry about it. But you may have a few hours of a German classes every week, 5 to 6 hours. And we also give you the opportunity to choose a second language if you wish that. So our three area, we are very strong into global business management. This is the majority of our students. As Mr. George has said it before, we are not only into hospitality, but mainly students are choosing the global business degrees from a bachelor degree or for a master degree. Second one is hospitality management. And as a third option is our culinary academy. All right. This is just a corner of a beautiful city. As I told you, we are right in the center of the country, in a beautiful lake surrounded by mountains. Today, for example, we have a 14 centigrade Celsius in winter. It's quite nice. And we still have a lot of snow up in the mountain for those people who love to ski and go with snowboard. within 35 minutes, we are on top of the mountain of 3,000 meters on the glacier. Great opportunity for all the students, not only from Africa, but also from Asia, from other area, American or South American. We give the opportunity when you come to Switzerland and you choose our institution, B.H.M.S, automatically your visa, it's included as a Schengen visa. Switzerland do not belong to the European community, but what we're having, we are in the Brussels system, in the Schengen visa. So every student will receive a Swiss visa, included the Schengen visa. So our student, without any restriction, they can travel in any of the 26 country European, from Germany, France, Italy, Northern Ireland, Belgium, Holland, Greece, Spain, Portugal. So all the European countries are open for you, either on the weekend or during the term break. So let's start with the degree. Here, as you can see, the first two degrees, the one on top is global business, and the second one is hospitality management. All our degrees are coordinated together with Robert Gordon University. Why? Because at the end of the 3 years program, you will get 2 degrees. It's a dual degree, a Swiss one from us, B.H.M.S, and a second one from Robert Gordon from Aberdeen. The 3 years program actually is 18 months of a study and 18 months of a working. So each year you have 50-50, half of the time, 6 months academic, followed by 6 months of a guaranteed paid internship. Definitely the last year we had a little bit problem to guarantee the internship because of this pandemic. We don't have to talk anymore. I'm nearly sick and tired to say the name about COVID and about pandemic, but unfortunately we have to say that. So, but now in Switzerland, just giving an idea what's going on here lately, the last 2-3 days, since the 1st of March, everything is open. And from the 22nd of March, all the restaurants, there will be, and bars and everything will be open. So we are back to normal, let's say, kind of a normal activity for all the people. And we wish that more tourists are coming into the country anyway. Our airport was never closed, was always open. During the pandemic, we had over 100 flights, international flight. Now we are already above 500. So it's a good running business. Definitely, we lost a lot of money, like most of the country, like your country too, but we are getting back. Third, bachelor opportunity, as I said it before, it's in culinary arts. It is again same scenario. You start first to study 6 months, followed by 6 months of a guaranteed paid internship. And in Switzerland, you cannot work for free, or you cannot just work, oh, I give you $10 an hour. It doesn't work like this. You need to have a contract, and the government is controlling everything. We as institution, we make sure that we guarantee you, we're preparing you for the interview, and we make sure we guarantee you also the minimum guarantee salary, which we will explain later on, which is actually is not too bad. We are talking around over $2,600. It is the minimum guarantee salary for our student. Postgraduate diploma, for those people definitely who are already finishing, they're maybe in the business since many years already, and they're 28, 29, but they cannot reach a better position. So we offer a 1-year program as a postgraduate, either in a culinary arts or hospitality management. Definitely our Master of Science, again, is a dual degree, and either in international hospitality management or either into global business. And again, here we have a 61% are choosing global business and the 39% the international hospitality business management degree. Together with Robert Gordon, I think it's a great opportunity exactly now during this pandemic that a lot of businesses are closed. Not many employees are ready to open up and sign a contract with these young people. So why not upgrading into a Master of Science, so either in a postgraduate diploma or into an MBA? Yes, MBA normally is a 2 years program, as in Switzerland too. So if you have done your bachelor degree a month ago, you're finished or whatever, and you want to go into an MBA, you first of all, you have to do a 1-year master, and then the following MBA program will be together with St. John, York St. John University in London. So, and having a 3 years working experience behind after your degree, you're allowed to enter into the final year MBA. That's why I'm saying it's a great opportunity for all of you students from an undergraduate or a graduate level. I'm talking about the graduate level now. Within 1 year, 6 months study and 6 months working, and during the working time, without exaggerating, you're capable to saving 30 to 35% of your entire school fees after 1 year. And the little cherry on top of the cake, we are not only guarantee you an internship while you study with us, but we also help you to find your first career job. How? We have an international office where it's taking care for all the final year students, and 11 months taking care to find out which country, which position, which company you want to work with it. And that's what we're doing at B.H.M.S. But maybe Ms. Onja later on will explain with a few words because she has the experience on that. Quick facts. We are over 90 years old. We belong to the Benedict Education Group, which is our mother school, a Swiss one, actually founded in 1928. So today we are in April, the 17th of April, I believe we are 93 years old. The greatest things, we are not only looking for students for a certain country. Just give an idea, African student at B.H.M.S, between those working and those studying, we are around 62 students. Okay, so big number of African students, Kenyan, Namibia, South Africa, Mauritius, Seychelles, they're coming from everywhere. And the greatest thing we're offering 8 intakes a year, but the average of the nationality is very important. 85 to 92 nationality every single intake. 8 intakes like January, February, now it's March, started the 1st of March, we just started 2 days ago, the March intake. Then the next one will be April, then May, then you have July, then you have August, October, and November. So during those 8 intakes, you have that many nationality coming and visit us at doing either undergraduate or a graduate level. Last year, definitely we had a little bit less student, but the average in the last 7 years, we are around 1,000 students. So these 1,000 students, you have to divide into 2 parts. 500 at the school study, and the other half are doing an internship. Internship service, maybe Onja, would you like to share a few words on that, how we do it, how we are preparing the students? I think, Onja, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, very good, please.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, at the beginning, I had some connection problems. I didn't have the chance to introduce myself. My name is Onja. I'm taking care of the Africa region and also the media I'm coordinating at B.H.M.S. So regarding the internship service, we have a special office, especially to help each and every student to find this internship. So three weeks after the student's arrival, we make a CV workshop, and then we take a photo shooting where we'll put on the CV or professional. And then after that, the student will go to the office and talk with the officer what kind of internship the student is looking for, in which part of Switzerland or outside Switzerland as well. We do some role play interviews before sending the students to have the interview. So we prepare each and every student. Then when the student is in internship, we also visit them in every international. We make sure that the employer is taking care of the student, is treating well the student. And regarding internship, if you do your internship in Switzerland, of course, it will not be for free. Nothing is for free in Switzerland. So you'll get also a monthly salary of 2,390 Swiss francs per month, which is very good salary. In US dollar, is more or less 2,600 per month. And then you'll be able to save up to 1,200 to 1,800 per month, that which you can save for the following year, or you can also use to travel around Switzerland, also to travel around Europe. I think that's for the internship service.
That's right. That's very good. Thank you, Onja. And the importance is that it's not just that we are sending you to work somewhere, but as she explained it to you just now, after 3 months, 10 to 12 weeks, we're going visiting every single student. We have a team of 3 persons, imagine. They go all over Switzerland because we have jobs for students everywhere. And we are taking care to find it out. So how is your job? How is your experience? Did you feel good? And we need to receive a report from the student in the middle of the internship and at the end. And the same we will have also with the employer. Everything will be filing. So whenever someone asking you, how was this student in your school? Well, he was doing a good job. He was speaking several languages. He was capable to enter in the team and so on. And this is very important because when you apply for a real job later on, company need to know that. And then we have all the document for them. So this is, the salary is important, but I think here is the experience which is more important. If I will go to another country, I don't want to minimize anybody, no one will give you a guaranteed internship, first of all. Secondly, the job you're doing is a part-time job. And a third, the job that we are doing here, it is related to your study program, which makes sense. Do you understand? That's what it is. So, sorry, but I got someone trying to call me. Too many people call me at the same time. All right. So let's go with the next one. And here you have a figure where they're going, our student, 45% USA, Canada, and Australia, 30% remain in Euro or UAE, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and 25% African and Asia. Now, who is going to Africa? Who's going to Asia? Well, our European student. Our European student love to go to a beautiful island or go down to South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, and so on, or being in Madagascar or maybe in Mauritius and so on. And then afterwards, you having a possibility also to go to Asia. Our European like to go to Shanghai, to Beijing, maybe to India. And it's a great opportunity, not only to see the country, but to see how these big economies working down there. Because Africa and Asia are the 2 major strong economy today. Europe is over. It's not anymore as used to be. So you have the power now as African citizen or an African student going and get an upgrading, an education in America, in Europe, in Switzerland, wherever you're going, you will going back after a few years, and believe me, you're going to build up something very grateful for your country. And this is very important. Some example of internship where our students, she's from Kenya, for example. So first one, she's in Switzerland, and then now she's in the States. This guy's from Mauritius. He speaks French, definitely, Mauritius, on parle français. Hein? So first in Switzerland, and then at the end, he ended to go to France, hein? Paris Charles de Gaulle, Hyatt Regency, and then back to Montreux. And here again, sorry, she's South African, and she's in the most precious hotel in Switzerland. Hotel President Wilson Geneva is where all the Americans, president, when they come once to Switzerland, they sleep over here. You cannot imagine the scenario. You have something like 1,500 army people around, about 200 bodyguards. It's incredible. So she had the opportunity to work over there. That's great. Here again, other students go and work in different places. She's from Tanzania, internship, Interlaken, again in Interlaken, then she landed in Florida. Huh? Our restaurants, we have 2 choices of a restaurant. You can eat a la carte Monday to Thursday, or Monday to Friday, sorry, every lunchtime. And students who are doing the Culinary Academy, they will prepare a 3-courses menu. Who is going to that restaurant? Anyone can go. They just have to send a mail quickly and say, I would like to occupy a table for 4 with my friends and so on. Typically, students who are not in a hurry, at lunchtime, they choose the a la carte restaurant. All the others, they may choose the self-service restaurant, as you can see the picture here. So you have a variety of food. So we are taking care of every options. Are you vegetarian? you're not eating beef, you're not eating pork because you're a Muslim, or you have a problem with some a milk product and so on, definitely you're not going to get butter, you're not going to get milk in the morning, but we have a soya milk and stuff like that. So we're really taking care of every problematic if you have any causing some problem with the food. So, and then the apartment where the students are staying, we have a single accommodation, but definitely you need to be paid extras. Normally you have 2 or 3 students in one of the apartment. All the apartment are fully equipped, even with the kitchen, even though we give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day and water meals, because it's like being in a 5-star hotel. In the morning, last Monday, 2 days ago, I was in the school, so I could have a poached eggs with spinach, or I could have an omelet with cheese, or I could have a fried eggs, and that's made at the moment. So you have a variety of bread, you have cornflakes, all kind of food possible, variety of fruits on the buffet. So it's like living in a 5-star hotel, believe me. It's very good. You don't have to take care of cooking, but we do the whole service. That's a quality thing. While you stay in our building, you definitely, for your parents, is very important, is a 24 hours receptions. So no matter what time you enter, there will be always somebody at the reception, either say good evening or good morning when it's late, maybe in the night, whatever, especially on the weekend when our students go out and party with their friends. And after 10 o'clock, all the doors are closed. They need to digit the code to open the door, and then we are checking and make sure the students go to their apartment and have a lovely night. As I said, all the apartments are fully equipped. We don't have a shower or a toilet on the corridor where 10 people have to take in the service for that. No, each apartment has its own bathroom. So you either have a 2 or maximum 3 person using that. And in the kitchen, you also have a dishwashing machine, which is very important. Don't leave the dirty plates around if you're cooking late in the night. And also you have in a fridge if you want to keep your bottle inside. I always say you can keep your milk and yogurt inside, and some other time I will tell you can keep your beer inside the fridge, you know, depending, all right? No question. Weekly activity, maybe Onja, you want to say something about that? It's an opportunity for those
Yes, so
students.
every week
Exactly.
we have the bus outside the school taking the students. They go to cinema, they go to the mountain, they go see other cities in Switzerland. Sometimes they even go outside Switzerland. So of course the places are limited. You have to sign up before you can join the activities, but every week you won't get bored, and this is already all included in the fee.
This is great because there is no money involved, and not everybody has a chance to go every weekend to Milan, go shopping, or to go to Paris, like many students doing. And then the mothers, they're worried, they're calling our director. My daughter spent 6,000 euro last weekend. Do you think shall I put another 2,000-3,000 on the credit card? And I said, ma'am, it's your business. I don't know, it's your daughter, you know. But that's why we are also providing for those people who really, the family seriously, strongly believe in the son and the daughter to get a degree, but the money it's a problem. So don't worry, we also show you the country. We bring you to doing certain activity, go on the slope, sledging, skiing, or go mountain biking, or go swimming in summer. We really do a lot, and that's not extra cost involved. It's all inclusive. What is covering in the fees? Well, as you can see, it's everything. The only thing which is not included is the drinks for your girlfriend, or maybe your telephone bill. That's your business. We can't do anything on that. But the course fee, definitely. The meals provided, Monday to Friday, 3 meals a day. On a weekend, you have a brunch and dinner, so 2 meals on the weekend. The accommodation, health insurance, airport pickup. So when you're arriving in Switzerland, we don't leave you alone there at the airport. Oh, where shall I go? What shall I do now? No, don't worry. Someone, our chauffeur, will be waiting for you. The internship service. If I will go to another country, I may go apply to a company and I have to pay maybe $1,500 or $2,000 to get a job. This is all inclusive. And also for those people are looking for a career job later on, that's also inclusive. There's not cost involved. Visa and documentation is also included. And like Miss Onja explained it to you before, the excursions, what we do in business excursions or leisure excursions, they are all inclusive. So you need some pocket money when you want to go out on the weekend with your friend to have a drink or eat an ice cream or whatever. But for the rest, it is really everything included. Well, I try, maybe it was too long. I tried to be as fast as possible. I think it took 24 minutes. And well, join us in Switzerland and join us in Lucerne. Lucerne is a beautiful city, is a really great city. One thing maybe I forgot regarding the study program, if you allow me, George, I want to just say a few things. Normal education, normal university, you carry on 10, 12 books, modules to study during the 8-9 months. And then at the end, the last 1 or 2 weeks, you have to do 10 to 12 examinations. This is all good. But we are lucky in a way because we are giving the opportunity to students to have a block system. 5 weeks, you concentrate only in 3 modules. So when you come in at the end of the 6 months, you only have a 3 exam. And how you do it after 5 weeks, your 3 exam. Monday is 1 exam, Wednesday is the 2nd exam, and Friday is the 3rd exam. So you have plenty of time to study preparing for the next exam, rather than maybe having 2 exams in 1 day, which is many institutions in Switzerland, they would do it with you. We are not better, but we are just doing differently. And thank our mother company, Benedict, we have also a support of 1,450 teachers behind. So that's the negativity is when a teacher is sick, don't worry, we have another 20 teachers to come in class. So that's the only bad things. But giving you the possibility to concentrate in only 2-3 modules, what happened? We are calculating less failure. In the last 5 years, an MBA class made a calculation that 22.3% we having less failure by having this examination every 5 weeks and start getting all the examination at the end of the course. So that's all I wanted to say that. Onja, you wanna show, or George, you have someone already?
Yeah, no, we're really happy with the conversation where it's gone, sort of explain a little bit more about what it's like is like this. So thank you, Giovanni and Onja, for that. We did have quite a few people drop off. There seems to be a big connection issue in the region from Mozambique. We had a couple students as well. So we've got some questions that were pinged to the counselors to me to ask you guys, and feel free to have the discussion amongst us between the 3 of us. The first question is, if you had a student that was looking at wanting to study hospitality and business but wasn't sure and they want to be involved in sort of, they want to have a good job later on, they want to make money, they've got all those typical ambitions. What would you say to the student to make them go to B.H.M.S?
Well, why Onja, you want to maybe explain, you have the experience on that you can explain it by choosing hospitality. We're using that as a stepping stone to enter into the business, but please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So as Mr. Rebai said, hospitality, we just use it as a stepping stone to enter into the business world. If you want to study hospitality, it doesn't mean we're going to teach you how to clean table or how to make a coffee. All the modules are business models. You'll be entrepreneur. We will teach you how to make your own business afterward. And once you graduate, we'll make sure that you have all the skills, all the abilities, that you'll be a leader. And nowadays, employers, if you have a degree, it's great, but a degree is not enough anymore. You need to have those working experiences, those soft skills, and this is only possible through the hospitality.
So you
train the students, so they will have all these organization skills, communication skills, all those skills. We build the student to be a manager afterwards. Yes, Mr. Rebai, sorry, you wanted to say something?
Sorry, I want to correct you because it sounds like your voice will go away again. I want to take it over. Now, you're right, Onja, exactly. I mean, a lot of people don't think about it that a hotel, it's a business. Why you think we have so thousands and thousands of hotels coming up every year? What is the reason? I think people make business out of that and they make profit out of it. Also, or the weird questions, for example, what is a different study, HR in the banking sector or HR in the hospitality management? There is no difference. It's only different schools, that's all. But the basic sales, marketing, HR, strategy, all finance in a bank, finance in a hotel. If you're responsible to taking over the finance of a hotel chain with 10, 15, 20 hotels, it's exactly the same as you will be working in a hotel. The facts, the figure are the same. So please try to remove out of your head that, oh, hospitality, oh no, I don't want my daughter to become a waiter, or I don't want my son to become a cook. Well, if you like culinary, that's another story. But again, in our culinary is not just chopping onions and carrots and different cuts and preparing sauce, but halfway it's entrepreneurial culinary. So we are preparing young entrepreneur who are becoming executive chef within a few years, but they have the capability to open up a business. So it's an entrepreneurial preparation, hospitality or a culinary. And then you say, okay, I'm choosing global business. Then you go straight into the global business degree. That's not that is not a big deal with that. But the basic, it's always starting with hospitality, and then later on ending your degree with global business areas.
Yeah, no, it's such a great point that, Giovanni. When you were talking about entrepreneurship, both me and Onja have done that international experience. Onja, doing it in Switzerland, myself doing it in the US and Australia, but we both had this conversation previously, was that hospitality experience, looking at the books, speaking with customers, it transcends all different industries. We've got a postgraduate question here for you that I think could even relate the same thing to postgraduate students.
Sorry, George, just one more thing regarding this experience will helping you to enter into a major job. The biggest company was searching for a CEO or a director for running an insurance company or maybe pharma company or a banking sector. You know what they are looking into the CV? If they have done any hospitality jobs, or they may be done early on hospitality schools. Why? Because those people are perfect. They know how to talk. They know how to approach the people. They have a better ability than someone always working 10 years in an office. And then you tell them, now you have to stand up and talk to people. Ooh, what's going on? I don't feel so comfortable. And this is why hospitality is a very good stepping stone to enter into the business. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's great. We can carry on with this conversation as well, Giovanni. It's not just about running your school and running your books and doing the applications. It's thinking forward. How are you going to be perceived? What are you going to look like on paper? Not just paper. How does that paper translate publicly? And could you go into some of the types of courses that you would learn within the hospitality course, maybe in a leadership focus or even an accounting focus that differentiates from a standard business degree?
Well, as I said it before, about 75% of the both degree, hospitality or global business, are the same, because they both need to learn about strategy, both need to learn about sales and marketing, both need to know the different level of financing. This is very important, because if you want to run a business, we even teach how to make a business plan. So we have a CEO from the bank who comes into school once a week and teach 2 different classes about to making business plan. And he teach him which trick you need to use that the bank gives you the money. Because I asked him one day a few years ago, when he at the beginning came and teach at our institution, I asked him, can you tell me how many businessmen come through your bank and you say, okay, you're okay to come in? And he said, I'm receiving weekly something like 95 business plan. People want to open a business. And I said, but how many you say okay with them? 3 or 4. Because people don't have the base to understand how to show to a banker, yes, I can reach that money, I can reach that business within 1 or 2 or 3 years. So this is not easy. So we're even teaching that. And then at the end, when it comes, differentiate a little bit more global business and the hospitality, Definitely hospitality, we are carry on more with some individual modules which are all interested for hospitality. For example, we go more in tourism scenario, and especially now with the pandemic, with airlines, how we're going to do it, how we're going to prepare ourselves. When you go into the global business, we touch more the strategy, the control, how to improve your company. And today, nowadays, company need to change. You know, if you're thinking about before the pandemic, company used to work in a totally different way. Today, they have to change, and then don't have to follow the pandemic scenario, but kind of, because the company which we had 5 years ago, they totally work in a different way. And what happened during this pandemic, that a lot of old people like me, for example, I'm already on that average. But when you start 57, 58 to 65, when it's a pension time, all these people are being sent in pension earlier. So by this year, by the end of this year and next year, they need new generation coming into the business. And this is why, believe me, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, George, you know you're better than me, how many of thousands and thousands of jobs opportunity in management position are there for young people? Because this pandemic killed 20% of these jobs. Elderly people were there, and now young people move in. But to do that, you need a degree, definitely, and you need also some working experience. And we will help you with that and also carry on with your career. That's shortly.
Yeah, it's also just, you know, the mind is just blowing thinking about all the different opportunities that you mentioned. With students that have finished the 6 month, this is for a question from Zimbabwe, from Raphael in the office there, with the students that he's dealing with. If the student has finished their 6 month guaranteed paid internship and then they go back, and can they work once they complete their degree?
Okay, so he's asking if he can remain in the country, in Switzerland.
Yeah, is there like an opportunity to stay and work in the country after you finish your studies?
So very, very difficult, very seldom. Yes, there are many students from India, from Africa, from China, which are still remaining in Switzerland. But from us, we can't give you another opportunity to remain there, because the only thing we are allowed from the government to give an internship every year. But to stay longer time after study, only a company can do. So you have two options. This is why we have an international office, and we provide them any jobs outside Switzerland. So you can go to the States, you can go to Dubai, you can go to Abu Dhabi, you can go to London, you can go to Beijing, you can go to America, you can go to Canada. We have thousands and thousands of jobs open for the student. But to remain in Switzerland, for an African citizen, it may become a little bit more difficult. But again, I'm not saying no totally. There is a possibility if the employer sees, I need this person in my business, then the employer write a letter to the immigration office in Bern, which is our capital, and 95% of the time, they're gonna get the okay. So what happened? You will get a 1 year more stamp to remain in Switzerland. And if the relation between the employer and the employee stay good for the next 5 years, so 5 times 5 stamp, after 5 years, any student will get then such a called a green card. But if you ask me directly, after finish my 1 year or MSc or MBA, can I stay longer in Switzerland? I say no. But there are possibility through the employer, but not through us, because we are not a government office for visas. We are an institution. We just teach and prepare students, but we cannot tell them, oh, stay another 2-3 months. We go against the law. But there are many possibilities. But that's why we have an international office where we having thousands of jobs all over the world. Every 60, 65 days, we have 20 to 25 international companies, mainly from America. They are coming and visit us. Why those American HR, they come into the school directly? Because they know the quality of Swiss schools. Students are ready to enter into the job. So our bachelor student with 21, when they enter 18, finish with 21, 21 and a half, they're going to get a job as a junior management position with 21. Think about that. But to remain in Switzerland, I repeat again, it is not possible. Or you have a chance that your employer, where you work the last 6 months and see, wow, this is a great person, I need to keep it. So at the end of the day, it's also you student, you have to show yourself how good you are. Don't think, well, I paid the school, I need to have that. It doesn't work like this. But you really have to put yourself, not 100%, but you have to participate in this whole 1 year program 200%. But believe me, there is a chance, more than one chance. That's
yeah. No, it's good to know these things, Giovanni, especially when you're planning and where you'd like to go. And I know I did have a student a while ago that was looking at Switzerland and would say to me, you know, I want to use it as a stepping stone to go work in New York or Shanghai. You know, that's how you find your pathways, looking at a school like Switzerland that's got that accreditation. So with that type of accreditation that you guys have, your business relations,
sorry, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example about our Kenyan student, an Indian student, and a Sri Lankan student. During the pandemic, we could not find him immediately an international jobs because America was closed, everything was closed. So they went home, they've done their MSc, one has done an MSc, the other one was finishing the bachelor degree, both delivered the thesis, everything within the last 3 months. And then the third one has done an MBA. So all three went back home. But the school was every week sending a possibility of a jobs. Till around 3 months later, when they start open up, all three, they got the job. 2 are in the States and 1 is in Dubai. 1 is doing public relation. The other one is working because he loved to become a hotel manager, a big directors, that one day maybe running a few hotels. So he wants to do front office first and then afterwards want to go to F&B controlling with all the calculation and so on. And the other one is working in the marketing team with a hotel, a resort hotel in Miami. So there are jobs. Last year, we had a few months blackout, let's say we call it, because of this pandemic. But from now on, it looks very good. That's important.
In terms of that, you know, health side of things, and I think one question a lot of students always ask, especially nowadays as well, what support does B.H.M.S offer for like mental support, you know, counseling? Are there people there that the students can speak to?
Yes. So when those HR managers, they come and visit our school and they stay for 2-3 days, and they have morning so many interview, afternoon so many interview, maybe they have a 15 interview in 2 days, because those people were in marketing. Then the other manager is looking for someone culinary and F&B, and then the other HR manager is looking for someone for HR jobs offices and so on. So we are preparing the student with 1 or maybe 2 interview within the school before those people are arriving. And when we're going to film everything, and when we see start shaking, doing like this or crashing like this, no, wait, this is not the way. Take it easy. We prepare and make sure that you know the company in and out, because the most weird question will come out. Can you please tell me why you want to come to Miami and working with our company? There's so many beautiful hotels there. Why you want to work with us? See? So you need to know the company and give them a clue why you want to go there and working for them. So the preparation. We have HR manager who are working in our internship office, and they know exactly how to talk to our people. And when we see the next week, those HR managers are coming, 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or whatever they are, and we see the student is not ready, we say, stop. Don't worry. We know you want to go to Miami. 1 month later, we will have another 5 to 6 companies. So don't worry about that, but we don't want to put you under a cold shower that you're nervous, you're not well prepared, and then the company say, oh, well, these students are nothing, man. This B.H.M.S is really not good. So we don't want to risk, not only for us, but especially for the student, because we want to deliver the proper service that the students stand there quietly and talking easily to those managers. And that's also support which no other university does, because other universities, they give you a list, send an email, and then do your own interview. But is no one taking care of that. We are listening every single interview. And we also given, well, you should talk more about that. You know, we are not there in the room, but we have a special system that we can record everything. So that, and I think this is very important, because this interview we're also using in classes, you understand? And that's really good things with that. And I think
that's such a great idea.
It's a great support from it costs a lot of money because you need more staff member, but then students, they are not afraid because they know there is someone behind them, guide them and tell them how to talk and how to say things. You know, that's good.
Yeah, no, it is really good.
I also,
yes, please.
Sorry, Anya.
yeah, sorry. I will just not put my camera because of connection, but okay. I can listen and I hope you can hear me well. Maybe, George, you're also referring to student service or student care. We also do have a person with which student can talk 24 hours. As soon as they reach Switzerland, we'll put them into a WhatsApp group. Each and every student can talk to a student manager for any concern, any problem related to anything, even to room, to food, to any problem. And we also have this concept of every week, every Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, they also have the chance to have a lunch with the director and speak directly with our director in our restaurant, and they can tell all the problems, or if they have any issue or want to raise any concern. This is also possible, and that's just wanted to add that on top of the student service that we are offering in the internship, but that is student service in general.
Yeah, it's such a good point, because you need to have that support, and it's not just for the student as well, but for parents listening in onto this, knowing that their daughter or son has that support, when you are far away from your family and missing home and that. I've got another
George, I just want to add one more point, which is maybe is very good, not only for the student, but also for the parents. Because what happened, I remember when I went to school, I didn't want to go to that office and complain, I don't like this, or I don't have this, or I need another book, because I was facing a very old lady in front of me, or an old gentleman. So I felt ashamed to go and ask. So I rather, okay, forget about it. This, what we build in our service management team, you have at the end, definitely a manager is going to decide a yes or not, or maybe or whatever. But we having also students are working in that service. So instead those students, they're going to work in a hotel, they will be part of our service student management. So what are they doing? As an African student, there is an African student working there. There is a 2-3 Asian student there. There is an Indian student there. They pick up the phone. They're talking to the student. So students, when they come, is an email for me? Then the students behind the desk will say, yes, there is 3 email. Please sign in that you receive it. Or they say, oh, I would like to know the price is about to fly to America next week because my mom, she's coming back. Can you give me an idea? So student goes easily to the classroom, and then when she come back, she has a 2-3 file and say, these are the available flights that you can go to New York, an example. And also, if a boy has a problem with the girl, or a girl has a problem with you have a young people talking with young people. So a girl goes to a girl at the desk, and a boy goes to a boy. So we don't have these 60 years old people in front of them, because then, you feel like, oh, I forget about it. I don't want to talk to anybody. But young people, which maybe are in the final year, they will work at a student service. And this is very good because they're there already 1 or 2 years. They have the experience. They understand what's going on in the city and so on. So they may understand what are the problems for those young people. Maybe the noise in the night. I can't sleep with these guys making too much noise. I want to have another room. So when you go to an elder manager, then they say, oh, forget about it, come next week. And then they feel, oh, nobody give me a service over here. So there is a young person who is referring to the manager, and within 24 hours, the student get a reply back. And this is very good.
I've got another question here for you guys. you mentioned in the presentation that you'll have to do a few hours of German studies a week. Is it compulsory for international students?
Yes. Why? Because most of our students, they're remaining in the German-speaking area. But that's not only the point. Even though you speak French and you know you will go to work to Geneva where they're speaking French, you still have to do those German hours. Why? This is not us who's demanding this, but it's the immigration office. The immigration office, please, you need to teach your student a basic of German, because we will like when they go out and they sit on a terrace and ask for an ice cream, they can ask in German and not only in English or in Chinese or another language. But please teach them a basic German. Not too much, but that will be very good, not only when you go out for a drink, but that will be good in the next 6 months when you're working within a German environment. All these, they know how to speak English, that's not a problem. But many times a manager, when you are busy, they may use German words. What did he say? Oh gosh, I don't remember. See? So whenever basic or German, that would really help our student very much to do less mistakes when they know a little bit of German. And then they can choose a second language. We even teach the Chinese Mandarin, for example. Our MBA classes or master classes, most of them, they're choosing Mandarin as a second language, or Spanish, or French, even Japanese. So there are possible, and that's all inclusive in the package. So it's no extra cost for this.
Yeah,
when we were speaking last in our last discussions about B.H.M.S, you mentioned a good point to me, and I would like to share it with everybody. Was, you go and you study it in university. It's, obviously it's what you do, and the amount of work that you're going to do is up to you. But the networking, who you study with, the types of people that you're around, and I think what you guys have explained in this presentation is that you've explained a great network that's around you to enhance your own career and your own livelihoods. What's one thing you would say to those students, to help they're looking to network and to be successful? What's one thing you wish for them to do at B.H.M.S?
Onja, you go first.
Yeah, so I would say choose your friends, because I can tell you from my own experience, the friends that I've made at B.H.M.S, now they will be my lifetime friends. We are best friends. One was from Greece, one was from Mexico, and they both have been to Madagascar, and we have been to Mexico, and we have been to Greece, and we are even intending to open a business together soon. So this kind of networking, this is really very, very important when you study abroad. And this international environment, this you'll never find it if you study in your own country or even other countries. At B.H.M.S, since it's an international school, you are exposed to many different cultures. You learn from the other people, and you also teach them how is your culture. And this really needs this you cannot even buy it. This friendship that you build, yeah, it's
forever. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a great point, Anya. And I didn't know that you've been to Greece as well. So yasu for me, from the Greek side.
Me too. I was there.
Yeah, can't wait to travel again. We're all waiting for it. Giovanni and Anya, in terms of pricing and costing as well, and we do know that there's big fluctuations in terms of currencies and that. Maybe you could give a general feel of how much cost you would expect to study at B.H.M.S, just so people are aware of that as well.
I will leave now these to Ms. Onja, because she will deal with all the students. But I can already tell you now, we don't call discount, we don't call what you call a scholarship, but we call it financial aid. That we are helping students, and especially there is a special pricing for all the African students. Please, Onja, go ahead.
Yes, so price varies between each program. If let's say we take the bachelor program for the first year, since we're talking about all-inclusive fee, which include the tuition fee, the application fee, the shared accommodation, the meals plan, all the operating expenses such as the health insurance, pick up at the airport, all the excursions and field trips. It's a boarding system, so it's all inclusive. So let's say for the first year bachelor, it's around 33,500 Swiss francs. And with our partner Global Education, as Mr. Rebai mentioned earlier, for each case, we can offer up to 6,000 Swiss francs of discount or special financial support. So this is, for example, for the first year, 33,500. If you think, oh, Switzerland must be very expensive, but actually not. If we compare with other countries, this 33,500, which will go down to 27,500, this is already all inclusive. If you check with other destinations like Canada, UK, or US, you might count for an average university maybe 20,000. So let's say we count Swiss francs equal to a US dollar. 20,000 is only the tuition fee, but then you need to think about where you're going to live. You need to think about the meals and the insurance. Nothing is included, only the tuition fee. And this also makes us very, very special because your parents, they don't need to think anymore, oh, where is my daughter, my son is going to live, what is going to eat. We take care of all the service. As soon as the student steps in at Zurich Airport, he or she will be 100% insured.
I give another example. The students who finishing in February, the 13th of February, then normally they have to leave the school because then the new students are arriving, right? But because of this pandemic, we keep the student from the 13th till the 28th. We give them an apartment and we give 3 meals a day. We give them a Wi-Fi, all for free. So now there are 4 students who are working on the 10th of March. They stay with us and they are paying $30 per day for the same story, sleeping, 3 meals a day and a Wi-Fi. I mean, if I'm going anywhere into another university, I don't think there's anyone offer me to stay another 2 weeks longer for free till you get your job, and then afterwards, you go to work. I mean, these are little things where students really appreciate it, the advantages. As students find the job very close to our institution, it may be difficult if the employer don't have a bedroom or an apartment to give it to them. They always come to us. We have plenty of apartment, and they will pay student price, not a Swiss price. Because the same apartment, a student may have to pay $1,000 or $1,200, and you have to pay 2 months in advance. So B.H.M.S, you don't need that. You pay $750, and you get all the comfort with everything. And you have also Wi-Fi, which it costs $50 a month. That's included. And you are in the school, you see all the old students and so on, they feel very comfortable with us. So they don't have to worry about looking for an apartment or pay extra money and so on, but the school is behind. I think these again are the little things which, believe me, at the end counts really a lot.
Do you keep your postgrads and undergrads separate? So let's say you had a more adult sort of student compared to the undergrad. Are they separate areas on campus, on the hotel? How does that work between the two different?
Onja, you maybe say that you had the experience there. She's freeze, okay. Well, definitely when we have to put 2 or 3 persons in an apartment, we make sure their age also. Don't put someone who's at 32 with someone who's 18. I don't think there will be a shocking moment. Then the boy doesn't feel very comfortable with an elder person, So we definitely make sure when it comes to choosing the right apartment, where to sleep and so on, we divide it. But once you are in the school, you see the 18 years old girl talking to the 28 years old boy and so on. We all mix. But when it comes to living, stay in an apartment, we're definitely taking care of that. Yes, younger with younger, maybe older with older. This is very important. Or maybe you have a student say, I would like to stay with that guy after a month because he's helped me also a lot to improve in my classes. So you see students also helping each other. They are preparing them also. And this is, again, a great opportunity when you remain into the campus. But like you say, we're trying to differentiate looking on the age people. This is very important, because then no one will feel comfortable when you have a difference of a 12, 13, 14 years old. That's quite too much. And one more thing that I want to say, what's the age limit? So when we're talking about graduate level, PhD, Master of Science, or MBA, 30, 32, maximum 33 years old, but not more than that, just in case.
Yeah. Giovanni, fantastic. I mean, the information that you've given to people on this webinar, it's just the beginning. You know, we think it's a great promising start, especially with post-pandemic, with this new world that we're living. It's great to see you guys are at the forefront in terms of, you know, forward thinking for students, not just relying on coursework, you know, getting them practical experience, work experience that's actually paid. I think that's a huge opportunity for students and for parents and families alike. So we look forward to speaking with you again and to growing the audience in Southern Africa, you know, especially in our two regions in Zimbabwe.
And I wish to go back to Southern Africa again, you know, because I'm also stuck here, you know. So this morning I asked to get an injection, and they told me I can get the injections by the middle of April. So
fantastic.
Already computer tack, and I get the injection the 13th or the 14th of April.
And I bet your hand is sitting on the mouse of your keyboard waiting to buy a ticket as well.
Fly away. Yeah, now today is exactly, no, after tomorrow is exactly 12 months that I'm at home. It's too much. Anyway, all right.
Well,
Onja?
Giovanni, great to get some insights, and Onja as well. It was great to meet you, Onja. I know you've had some connectivity issues. We seem to have a bit of a mass outload in South Africa. I know we had quite a few dropouts while we were presenting as well. So as always, everybody, we will be sharing this webinar, and you will be meeting Giovanni and Onja again. This is just the start of learning about B.H.M.S this year, and we've got some exciting things happening with them in the future.
And
so.
I just hope that we give them the important notes that the students and parents understand why not coming to Switzerland, which is a great country, not only that, but you have a great opportunity because everything that is set, you have an education like in everywhere in the world, but you have a guaranteed internship, which you own money, you can save all the money. And at the end of your study program, of your scenario, what happened, we will help you to find and get an opportunity to find an international job placement. This is very important. So these three key elements, I think Switzerland, B.H.M.S can offer, where no many country can offer. Definitely, we don't have the stay back option, but I said it before, half an hour ago, it is a chance on that in case. But anywhere in the world, we can find a job opportunity for our students, and they're very happy with that. All right.
Grazie mille. Thank you very much, Giovanni.
Have a good sleep now because it's late for you, right? Now I'm going to have dinner.
Definitely. Enjoy. Everybody, as always, please contact me at george@global-education.co.za, or contact us through the website. All your details will be emailed, this presentation, and a link to all the YouTube channels with all the webinars where they'll be shown, hopefully over the weekend. So please keep an eye out for those emails. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, George. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, Onja. Thank you. Bye, students. She's freeze again. Poor girl. Bye.